everyone, thanks for joining me. Look at my plastered thumb. I cut my fingernails and I wasn't looking what I did, and I cut too far and this thumb is sore. So today I'm going to just be doing a little color and chat with you guys because I haven't got anything specific that I wanted to do. I've been working really hard in my Etsy shop. In case you didn't know, I've got an Etsy shop. The link is always down below in the description, where I sell printable things as well as some coloring pages, but there's plenty of printable planner pages and wall art and various other stuff. So I've been taking part in a challenge which is to create and list 30 things in 30 days, and it's a lot of work because each thing I do, even after creating it, the creating it takes some time, and then the listing is about a 2-hour process for me to get all the listing photos done and everything. So that's been taking a lot of time. So if you want to see some of my stuff, you're welcome to pop into the shop and show it some love. You don't need to buy anything. It's just nice to have visitors to the store because it all helps the SEO. I'm colouring in this sweet chibi book by Fawn Slater, and I decided to do one of these little girls with flowers on their heads, and I did the background in acrylic paint, which is actually dried quite smoothly. I'm going to put the normal little dots and things to cover the imperfections, but now I'm looking at that and wondering if that should have been blue, but I think it's also leaves. And I was looking at the back. They've got, I think it's this one, so I'm going to maybe use that as inspiration for the colors. And I've got my Prismacolor pencils here and a sharpener, and I thought I would just chat as I color. Yesterday I've been online creating things when I happened to notice that Chibis coloring, I think that's the name of the channel, was online, and I've subscribed to her channel and I'd watched something of hers before, but I think a lot of the other creators will agree with me. One is so busy trying to do everything you've got to do. It's not all that much time for watching, so I hadn't been on it for a while. So it was actually just so nice to sit and join a live stream and watch her. I wonder what this dot is. Let me look at the picture at the back. Oh, it's an eyebrow. So dumb, oh dear. So I'm just using Prismacolors, and this is light peach. How's everyone been? I hope you guys are fine. I've been really busy. This listing challenge has kind of taken it out of me, and then I've had a lot of busyness with grandchildren lately, which is always a pleasure. My oldest grandson is 13 now, and he spent 2 days with me, which was absolutely awesome. I don't really get to see enough of him. They live up the west coast, and so we had a great time chatting, and he's very computer savvy, and he had at one stage started his own YouTube channel on gaming and things, but he hasn't been on there for ages. But so we've always got a lot to talk about. He's not into arts and crafts. He likes computers and things. So that was nice. Then the his younger brother also came along, and we had some nice time together. He's the one, his name's Daniel, that sings and dances, takes part in shows and things. So we have a lot in common. I help him with his singing. Then I've had my singing pupils doing their final school singing exams, which needed lots of preparation and rehearsing. And then I've been blessed that quite a number of kids have won prizes and things. So they've been prize giving concerts, and then the school I used to work at and retired from had their end of year concert, which I went to, and so it's been lots of concerts and lots of prize givings and exams and all sorts of things like that. And then my other grandsons that live close by, the one Logan is coming to me for piano lessons now, so I've had him for piano lessons, and we fetch him and his brother every week. His brother's a bit younger, so I'm not mentioning his name just yet online, but we fetch them from school periodically, and then they spend the afternoon with us. But the little brother has also spent a lot of time, and he has such a great imagination, and we play awesome games. So, you know, he's one of those kids that likes you to, if you've got like a puppet or something in your hand, to make up different voices. Or he's very keen on dustbin trucks and garbage trucks, and so all sorts of containers become garbage containers, and then he's got to be a truck, and so he's very entertaining. He also likes to play outside, and he loves to go racing around the garden and try to get me to chase him. And of course I never come anywhere near getting near him, so he thinks that that's awesome, and I get some exercise. So there was that. The little concert I went to at the school, the one prize giving concert, was for a primary school, and they had about 50 performers. It was a long concert. I mean, some of them were little grade ones. The pieces didn't last much beyond 30 seconds or a minute, but on and off the stage. And we've been having power outages at the moment, so power outage after power outage after power outage. We call it in South Africa, it's called load shedding. So those of you, I know I've got quite a few South African subscribers now, and you will all know where I'm coming from when I say how this is also really, it's such a pain. I mean, sometimes the power outage is 4 hours, and then you've got 4 hours with power, and then 4 hours without again. And it's really hard when you do online things and computer things. So my husband has a USB battery pack that he uses because he also works online, but even that only lasts about 3 hours, and I've moved my computer so that it's not so close to where he's working, because I often do voiceovers and things, and it's a bit disturbing. So now I don't have power then, and then I can't do voiceovers, and I can't film, and I can't do my online things. Man, groan. I'm going over this pink with white. I love my white Prismacolor pencil. It really just solves all sorts of problems, doesn't it? I always struggle a bit with little cheeks. Okay, so, the birds outside are quite loud. We're getting lots of ducks and guinea fowl laying eggs and babies running around at the moment. Very cute. Okay, so that's that. Now I want to do this inside the eye black, I think. Let me look at this picture again. I do like having something to follow. Oh, they've got it white. She's got a red eye there. I don't like the red. I'm going to do that differently. I'll do the eye a color, but I'm going to do that bit black, I think. I may regret it, of course. But I don't want a red eye. It looks like she's been drinking. We can't have that. I was chatting to, on this live chat, somebody, I think it was from the UK, one of the people chatting said that they're also, you're getting threatened with power rolling blackouts or something because of the fuel shortages. So let me know if you're having that kind of thing. Have any of you guys got this book? I quite like this book. It's interesting to me, this particular Amazon paper is it's kind of textured. Sorry, I stopped talking because I was trying to think. I suppose I'm going to make the little hearts the pupils then, and make the bit around that the color. I don't know, these are make-believe eyes. I think I'm very practical and expect things to be as they are. This little pencil is so small. I want to sharpen it, but the sharpener is almost as big as the pencil. I wonder if I should have some luck. It won't go round. Wait, I've got another sharpener here somewhere. Here we are, maybe this is better. I was playing around a bit this morning with trying to do the backgrounds with distress inks. It's always getting into the detail areas, that's the problem, even with those little brushes. It's quite tricky to get into a detailed area, because sometimes then with those makeup brushes you end up getting a sort of a hard, like splotchy bit. I think that's better black. There we are, and I think I'm going to make her eyes a mixture of blue and kind of turquoise, which also needs to be sharpened. So other than load shedding and concerts and exams and digital things and grandchildren, I haven't got a lot of news, I don't think. I've been listening to audiobooks as usual. I just listened to a book called Beautiful Spy, and I can't remember who it was by, but it was about this woman before the First World War who somehow got pulled into being a spy. It was a British story, and she got pulled in by the intelligence service, by MI5, into being a spy, and it was just quite interesting actually to listen to, and you know, hearing about these things from a different point of view about how difficult it is to infiltrate other people. Like, you've now got to become friends with people, but you're ultimately going to betray them because you're a spy. And I was thinking again how incredibly hard it must be for people that go undercover and things like that. I don't know, not something I could ever manage, and yet we need that sort of thing to keep ourselves safe, don't we? Now, what do I do there? What do I do with the rest of the eye? I mean, look at the picture here. That's all red. So she's done the whole thing. Whoever coloured both of these little girls, done the whole eye as a colour entity. So maybe I should do it also in blue and just use this paler blue and see how that works. Do any of you guys do any digital products or have an Etsy shop or anything like that? I think I try to do too many things. I have this huge, like, creative something inside me that just wants to express itself. And I really enjoy trying to create digital stuff. It's very frustrating that there are not very many sales that happen, so you spend all this time and do all this work and make absolutely no money. But I do enjoy doing it. Now, are we going to be a pink rose? Why not? Let's go with this. I'm just pulling colors with absolutely no rhyme or reason. And I've got a light, a medium, and a dark here. And I'm sharpening them. And we're going to go and see what happens. And when we get to the end of the month, or the end of next month, because there's so little colouring I've done, I don't know if I'll actually be able to get a video up of what I coloured. I'm still battling with hashtags. I actually saw a really nice tag of a scavenger hunt by Enabling Colorist, and I thought, oh, that's awesome, I'm going to do that. And I found a butterfly and I coloured that, and I was sort of pleased with myself, and that's as far as I got. Then at the moment I'm tending to just grab books and colour in them because I want to colour in those books. So different strokes for different folks, and I'm just going to go with it at the moment and try and take my own advice and be a little bit more accepting of myself and just go ahead and do what I can do. I've really enjoyed making friends with some lovely people here on YouTube with the color tube, and I find it all so amazing that we can all become friends and get to know each other through this medium of coloring and art, and different generations and different countries and different abilities. It's really quite magical, isn't it? So I've just heard that my other son, the one that lives in Germany, that they're going to be booking to come here in November, December. So I can't wait for that. That's awesome. I suspect I might take a break from YouTube then, because I need to stop worrying and stop being so anxious about getting things done and just enjoy family. This is quite textured paper, this Amazon paper, and actually I quite like it with the pencils. So now I'm going to go over this all with the lighter one. Get this flower done. Do any of you guys belong to Colouring Bliss? I was a partner there, and now I see they've changed everything. And I was going to change and join as, I've forgotten what they've called now, their new section. And I probably will sometime soon, but then I just decided I'll give myself a short financial holiday from that and join again later. I've just remembered that their new section, what they've replaced the partners with, they've joined two things and they're calling it the Colouring Academy. And they have got great stuff up there, so it's worth joining if you've got the finances to support it. I'm quite happy with how this rose is starting to turn out. It's sometimes just so relaxing sitting and chatting and colouring. I wish that I had friends that lived near me that liked colouring, that we could just sit and have a cup of tea and enjoy colouring and chatting. I know we used to sometimes do that in the old days. I used to sit with my dear friend Bernie Miller, but shame she's passed on, so aren't we grateful, aren't we lucky to have white Prismacolor pencils? They really are the best. I've thought about trying to go live, but I don't know that I'll manage it. I just thought, oh, so many things to think about. I'd quite like to. I mean, I love chatting, and I like that if people actually interact with you a bit and ask questions or say something while the video is going on, it makes you all feel as if you're, together. So again, let me know if you'd actually enjoy me going live. Maybe I will get one of my grandsons to come and monitor on the phone, monitor the text sort of thing, so that he could then read out to me what's being said, because I will get so confused trying to go backwards and forwards. There is something about Prismacolors that's just wonderful. There's soft, buttery smoothness. Just love it. There we go, and that pink. I quite like how this rose is turning out. I want to do my watercolors again, and I've just signed on as a Patreon. I've just signed on as a patron on Patreon for Lois somebody or other. I've forgotten her name. Gorgeous looking things that she does. Landscapes, which I love doing. My favorite watercolor YouTuber is Emma J. Lefebvre. She's a Canadian lady. She tends to do florals. I remember spending hours trying to do the tulip she was showing us about 3 years ago, and I think I went through an entire A5 watercolor block trying to paint these damn tulips, and I never got it right, and to this day I cannot paint a tulip. So I really must try again and get back at my watercolors. So that's as far as I'm going today with this and this color and chat. And this was just dropping in to say hi and spend a bit of time with you guys. Not a tutorial, not in anything. I hope you've enjoyed spending a bit of time with me, and have a chat in the comments. Let me know what's going on in your life. Bye-bye now. Have a wonderful week.